Nadia! Nadia! Look at me! I'm sorry. Don't cry. Thank you very much, Boris, for joining us today. We're here to talk about movies, the good, the bad and the ugly. Please.
Thanks very much for having me. Well, in the past 100 years, film scholars and critics have been talking about establishing various categories in film scholarship. As we've learned over the past 100 years, the main distinction between film and literature is that different genre categories, for instance, in literature have been established by film scholars and critics. The first type of films are obviously good films, films that we are passionate about, films that we love, films that we know of, films that we love to view and review again and again and again and again, films that we like to talk about, films that we like to recall, cite from, write essays, critics about, and certainly recall as part of our experiences both in and out of cinema.
What would be your best example of that genre of film?
Some of the films that I like to recall include films like The Wild Bunch, for instance, or a French film called Le Samouraï, or Bresson's film The Man Escaped, and many others. So they are good films. Good films can have thousands of problems. We can have heaps of problems with good films, but we don't have a problem about their quality, generally. And of course, it's all individual. Right.
Okay.
The other category of films are bad films. Bad films have only one problem. They're bad. With bad films, we usually understand that there's something wrong either with their narrative, the characters, the narrative development, or perhaps with production values or production and story elements that have been either underdeveloped or developed in the wrong way, or using the wrong rhythm or the wrong shape of narrative progression. So we are obviously dealing with the issues of really poor narrative development or characterization, poorly written dialogue that is overwritten, and generally films that are not engaging, they're not convincing, they're not believable. Bad films, as I said, have only one problem. They're bad. You know what I should have written and should have wrote actually? I should have made a wooden pipe. That's absolutely ridiculous.